Lafayette, and good evening. I'm Dr. James Conyers, Director of Africana Studies here at Kean University, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our annual Jackie McLean African Heritage Jazz Concert. I mean, everybody should be applauding for that. Now, some years ago, I went to my brother Rene and said, listen, we have to do something here at Kean University to honor Jackie McLean. And for those of you out in the audience who had the privilege of knowing Jackie McLean, and like myself growing up under Jackie McLean, you know we had to do something. I often say, and I've said this on many, many occasions, if it wasn't for Jackie McLean and Dr. John Henry Clark, I would not be here. So, even though we're dedicating this annual celebration and music to Jackie McLean, I'm going to also tonight dedicate it to my brother, Rene McLean. I'm going to also dedicate it to Dolly McLean and also Melanie McLean, the entire McLean family. So let's hear it for them. And tonight, as always, our featured guest artist is Rene McLean with his group, Urban Djeliya. So please welcome Rene McLean.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here once again with Dr. James Conyers, my brother from another mother. And I also see some very familiar faces from the community that we grew up in. I haven't seen in a number of years, so it's a pleasure to see all of you. Jackie McLean, many of you who are not aware of who he is or who he was, he's one of the important innovators of the alto saxophone, an activist, and a real important human being, and his contributions to our music and tradition. His contemporaries were Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Thelonious Monk. The names go on and on. What's unique about Jackie McLean is that he's one of the few of his contemporaries who, in his lifetime, left two institutions that he developed during his lifetime, and that is the Department of African American Music, which is now the Jackie McLean Institute at the University of Hartford. It's been in existence for 40 years or more, and thousands of young aspiring artists have come through that program, many of whom are out in the world, have made names for themselves. He's responsible for launching the careers of many important artists in our tradition, such as Tony Williams, Charles Tolliver, Bobby Hutcherson, Woody Shaw, Nat Reeves, who's here with us on the bass. Nat is a colleague. He teaches at the Jackie McLean Institute. He's been there for how many years, Nat? 35 years. Another gentleman who's here with us on drums, very great musician in his own right, Ronnie Barrage. We all worked with JMac for many years. This gentleman to my left on the piano, we've been playing together for many years, since about 1974, 75. Actually, another historical fact is that there was a club which Coltrane, Thelonious Monk, Art Blakey, the list is long. The Five Spot that used to be there on St. Mark's Place, Actually, Jackie McLean and the band that we had at that time, of which Hubert was a member of, we were the last band to play in that venue because it closed a week after we finished there. And that's part of the history. So how about a hand for Hubert Eves on the piano? And he's an important composer in his own right. Has worked with many, many great artists. Had a group called D-Train. Many of y'all might know who they were. So that's Hubert Eves. Another great artist with us on trumpet. How about a hand for Riley Mullins? Jackie McLean has influenced all of us in one way or another. And on percussion, a young man, great Baba Neil Clark on percussion. He's worked with Randy Weston and too many people to mention. And also join us today. We're really happy to have us. We have a very rich legacy and culture that starts on the motherland. So from the Gambia on kora, Sayu Suso. And from Mali on guitar and vocals, Abdoulaye Djebate. And also joining us in spoken word, how about a hand from Sierra Leone, my brother here, Kweyule Kamara. So I'm gonna, since this is Black History Month, we're gonna start, I'm gonna turn it over to Baba Neil Clark, and we're gonna open up with libation and calling our ancestors and those on whose shoulders we stand. I'm going to turn that responsibility over to Chief Baba Neil Clark.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Tell them about your history.
My history. Bed-Stuy, do or die. That's my history. Forever and ever. You see me standing up here wearing African garb. I'm wearing African garb because I'm proud to be an African. That does not negate me being born in Brooklyn. Like I said, Bed-Stuy, do or die, but I'm very clear about who I am.
Isn't that Africa?
Hey, was it African Village, Bedford-Stuyvesant, right? Randy got a tune, African Village, Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Might as well be in Ghana on that.
Hey, I'm telling you, or Trinidad or Jamaica. It's important because I could not be Bed-Stuy, do or die if it wasn't for the strength and the resilience of those people from Africa that came before me. So I spent the majority of my life exploring Africa, African spirituality, African culture. I'm honored that as a result of my research and my work, I was installed as a chief in Osogbo, Nigeria this summer. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got to do with my ancestors and my destiny. I like to start with libation. And there's two things I like to say about libation. You know, we have programs and people do libation, and it's something that you do. But what does it mean? Well, first of all, when you pour libation, you're paying homage. And there's two things about libation that to me are significant. First of all, by you paying homage to the Creator, to the forces of nature, to those people who have come before you, what you're saying to yourself is, I ain't all that. And it's very important because we get, America teaches you to get blown up and to promote yourself. So You know, libation is a way of saying to yourself, I ain't all that. At the same time, every single one of those names that is mentioned in libation is saying to you, that's what I should be striving for. That's what I should be reaching for. That's where I come from. That's on what I stand in order for me to try to navigate this journey of life. So, I'm going to pour libation. The language that I'm speaking is Yoruba. And libation starts with the Creator. And it comes down to you and I, through the forces of nature, through our ancestors, through our elders, and the interesting thing is that anytime you go to a graduation ceremony, what do? They pay homage. They're not pouring the water, but President such and such, such and such and such and such, honored faculty, guests, friends, parents, same thing. But we forget to do it for ourselves. But we always did do it for ourselves. Tutu, Omi Tutu, Ile Tutu, Ana Tutu. Mojubolo Dumare, Mojubolo Joni, Mojubele Da, Mojubele Mi, Mojube Dumare, Mojubolo Dum, Mojubalaye, Mojubolo Pussy, Mojubolo Fi, Mojuba Rina Rode, Mojuba Bobo Eda, Mojuba Igba Idin Moloju Kotum, Mojuba Igba Idin Moloju Kosi, Mojukali Ni Idimbo Idin Mole, Mojuba Odum, Mojuba Shupa, Mojuba Ye, Mojuba Ile, Mojuba Umi, Mojuba Inya, Mojuba Fefe, Mojuba Origum Medina Ye, Mojuba Ilarum, Mojuba Iborum, Mojuba Iwa, Mojuba Gunsu, Mojuba Rita, Mojuba Egungum, Mojuba 1 year Mishanga, Mojuba Luo Tun, Mojuba Luo Si, Iba Baba, Iba Yeye, Iba Luo Si Waju, Iba Jabonakan, Iba Koda, Iba Sheda, Iba Bobo Egun, Idile Mi, Iba Bobo Egun, Bobo Enia. At this point, I would like you to mention the names of all of your ancestors, all of the people in your family who have gone on before. Iba, 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 Iba. Okay, and now, Bobo Egun, Bobo Enia. Now I would like to mention all of the artists who have gone before us. All of the artists that have graced the stage, all of the artists who have ever picked up a musical instrument that set the example for these gentlemen and myself to do what we're doing this evening. Let's start with JMac McLean. Ibaye. 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 Ibaye, Chief Bay, Ibaye, Mongo Santa Maria, Ibaye, Chano Posa, Ibaye, Armando Peraza. I got the drummers, y'all. Come on. Ibaye, 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 Ibaye. Come on, that's all y'all got? Ibaye. Somebody said Algero? I think so. Ibaye, Ibaye Prince, Ibaye, James Brown, Ibaye. Ibaye, Ibaye, come on, y'all, Ibaye, Ibaye, Sammy Davis, Ibaye, 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 Buhena, Ibaye, Max Roach, Ibaye, 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 come on, y'all, bring them in, come on, Ibaye, 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 Ella Fitzgerald, Ibaye, Ibaye, come on, Ibaye. Ibaye, 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 Duke Ellington, Ibaye, Count Basie, Ibaye, Ibaye. Come on now, y'all, we rolling now. Come on, bring them in. Ibaye, Saints come marching in. Ibaye, 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 Ibaye. We pay homage to all of those who have gone before us, because the only reason we see as far as we do is because we stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before us. Thank you.
I'm going to turn the mic over to Salyu Suso so he can give you a little of the history of this beautiful instrument that he plays. Many of you may not be familiar with it. Many of you may be seeing it for the first time. So I'm going to turn this over to Salyu.
Thank you, Brother Rene. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The instrument I'm holding here is called kora. Kora is a traditional West African instrument. It's made out of gourd or calabash or calabasha. Right here. This is calabash. With a cow skin, it's a cow skin, rosewood, and the strings are nylon. So the rings right here, this is also made out of cow skin. So the rings are wrapped around, braided around the neck, so that you got the strings hanging on it. So this string right now, this is nylon strings, fishing line. But back in the days, our forefathers using an animal skin, this animal called antelope. They use an antelope skin, antelope cut, to make strings out of it. But due to the respect of the animal's right, so we have to figure out something else. So comes out the idea of the fishing line can get in local stores without no problem with the law. And I think it sounds good. Thank you. Traditional Djeli, people that play this kind of instrument called Djeli or griot. So Djelis are entertainers, but another word is called edutainers. Edutainers. So the Djelis are edutainers, historian, and storytellers. Because back in the days in the court griot, which is called court griot, the griot that, sitting in the court for the king. So they had educated the king and also educated the public and also entertained the public before the king make his rule or decision any court. They have to listen to the Djelis and to sing and or to play, to tell the stories, to remind them, before they are what happened. So that's the rule of Djeli or griot.
And that culture came into the New World during the transatlantic slave trade. And we still carry it to this day. I come from a family of Djelis. Any family in which the music is passed. And what we're doing here today, we're fusing the traditional aspects of our culture with the contemporary aspects of the culture that evolved here in the Americas. And when I speak about the Americas, I'm not just talking about mainland USA. I'm talking about Trinidad, I'm talking about Jamaica, I'm talking about Cuba, I'm talking about Puerto Rico, St. Lucia, all of it. And you get to the mainland USA in the 1600s, 1700s. The music here that evolved here was impacted by certain laws that are actually still trying to be imposed on people today. What I'm talking about is many of the African peoples that were taken in bondage were snatched and grabbed from different regions. About 40% of the Africans that were taken in bondage came from Islamicized societies. They also took people who were still practicing their traditional belief and spiritual systems. That came in. And what happened on that journey in the hulls of those slave ships, because there were a mixture of people taken. There was no consideration for gender, ethnicity, language groups. So the brothers and sisters that were in the hulls of those ships, some spoke Igbo, some spoke Wolof, some spoke Mandinka, many mixtures. And in that process, those human beings had to hold on to their humanity. So as they were dropped in the different islands, if you go to Jamaica, for example, a lot of Ghanaians were taken there, Nigerians, etc. And in order to survive, had to find new ways of communicating. And because the socio-political, cultural systems were disturbed as a result of that trade, the people were not able to practice necessarily exactly in the ways they did in their mainland, their homeland, as a result of European oppression, etc. They had to find new ways to hold on to their identities. They were also masked in particular ways. So hence you find Santeria here, certain islands in Brazil, Lucumi, Candomblé, Voodoo, all of that. And that created a whole new way of communicating and also a whole new music. When you get to the mainland, USA, after a certain period of time, they passed laws forbidding African peoples to play drums and certain instruments because they were used to communicate and also to plan insurrections. So when you get here and you hear ragtime, that form of playing the piano, that's like playing the drum. But because they outlawed the drum, the music here on the mainland took on a different characteristic. If it wasn't for the fact of those laws, much of the music here would have sounded like the music we hear that comes out of the Caribbean. So that's why you get here a lot of, you see certain jazz groups, you don't see the traditional African drums. Very few people use it. One of our mentors who still does is Randy Weston and his African rhythms, and we carry that tradition as well. So that's a brief history, and that's what this month is about, what we need to be talking about, but we need to be talking about this every day because that history is American history. That's right. It's not just about us. It's about anybody and everybody who's here, and everybody needs to know this history. So had it been taught in our systems here, we would be dealing with the nonsense we're dealing with today. And I don't need to tell you what that is. So I don't need to mention no names or nothing. So having said all of that, we're going to carry on. This first composition we're going to open up with was composed by a pianist that worked with us with JMac and our band, the JMac Dynasty. Very gifted piano player, pianist, composer, and arranger from South Africa. He's no longer with us. He's an ancestor, Hotep Idris Galeta. And the name of this composition is King Tut Struts. Thank you. We'd like to bring to the bandstand now Abdoulaye Jabate, Saliu Suso, Koyule Kamara.
Namo. Janjung. This is a song of survival. When we think about our history, we celebrate survival. And Janjum is all those people who have seen evil and risen above it. Namu. Namu. Janjon, Afo, Rene McLean, Jackie McLean,
Dongana baga joma menila kununga tamago jini kemu jini kalo sadu ni balidu janjoma ni ndenge yetulu vende anamanya saya ko mole kebo anamanya saya ko mole kebo anamanya saya ko mole kebo
Afo. Janjo in Africa, Janjo in America. Those who know the secrets of the day and the secrets of the night. Those who know the secrets of the bush and the secret of the city. Janjo for you, Brother James. Janjo for Kean. Janjo for the sisters in America. I hear now that when you want to know about knowledge, you have to go to the sisters, the African sisters, and they are above everybody. Janjon to you, sisters. Yeah. Yeah, Janjon to you. Above.
Kana bakadoma benila kunuvanya alabu Tabu kamara, unamara kamara, nyagama unamara kamara, unilamena. Danjuma nyide tulumfente.
If he survived the slave ships, if he survived the plantations, if he survived the cotton fields, if he survived the sugar fields, if he survived the chain gang, if he survived the prisons, my brother, my sister, you are bound to rise. You are bound to reach your destiny. For your destiny is nobility. Your destiny is royalty. Your destiny is nobility. Your destiny is royalty. No one can stop you. You, my brothers and sisters, Danjong. Yes, I'm sure that you have probably heard the word griot many, many times, and many great people have used the word griot, and many rappers have used the word griot, many storytellers have used the word griot. But in our little tradition, because Africa is big, but in our little tradition, the griot, the Djeli, what we call Djeli, and other artists like them, we usually call them Nyamakala. Nyamakala means the handler of energy. The handler of energy is what we call people like the Djeli, the musicians, the blacksmith. The Nyamakala is the person that knows how to handle energy. So among the Nyamakala, you have the Djeli. Now, Djeliya, incidentally, you see, sometimes you see, I see anyway, some blues musicians by the name of Blood, like James Blood or something of the sort. Well, Djeliya means blood. So when they're telling the stories, it's really going back to the idea of Djeliya, the blood that circulates amongst all levels of the body and knows everything that's within the body. That's what the Djeliya is. And they have this power of entertaining at the same time and motivating people. So you have Djeliya as well as part of this Nyamakala. So blacksmiths are part of them too, because those are medicine people. They know the night and the day. Okay. Then amongst this Nyamakala is also what you call the Fina. Now the Fina is mostly of words. So we say, for example, if a Djeliya dies playing music and singing, well, he dies where he belongs. So if a Fina dies talking to people, he is where he belongs. So the Fina are among the Nyamakala more concentrated on the words. And the most important part of being a Fina is that when the community has something to say, but it is difficult for people to say, they say, Fina, say it. And the Fina says it. So in our culture, even almost across the board, from Sierra Leone to Mali, it is known in tradition that Fina is the one that's going to say what other people can't say. And they have almost like, the people that know, they have that permission. Okay? But that permission comes with a cost, always. Just like the artists in America, and the Djeliya in America, and the Djeliya everywhere, there's a cost to saying what is right. There's a cost of saying what is right. So the Fina actually take that on. So when we have a gathering in the ancient times, in the old days, when people gathered, before any man spoke, before any woman spoke, a Fina is called to bless the occasion, because it's the words that creates the universe. Thank you. Alalake, the creator of the great creator. No one can take asunder. Alakake, momake, alakake, momake, kobe, arabe, kobe. babi alalela. Alabara muge josetiana. Alakafo. Omafo. Alakake. Momake. Kobe. Karababi alalela. Alabara muge josetiana. Yonda Tiana. I don't. Yonda Tiana. Yonda Tiana. Yonda Tiana.
Alalake Momake Kobe Kebali Alaledi Alala Barajoto Tinyala Alalake Yo Momake Kobe Kebali Alaledi Alala Barajoto Tinyala Iba kuju mamanga kino akemola Ima kemola ino akiyere Iba kuju bake kiya kemola Ima kemola ino akiyere Wanige nyumanga wusa wanige judi Jameni wanikili saila lumbe
Yo, if you do good in this world, you do it for yourself. If you do evil in this world, believe me, you do it for yourself. You know, but what the great creator has created, what the great creator has woven, the destiny no one can take apart. Today we celebrate African history, history of humanity. We celebrate African history, history of humanity. What the creator has woven, the destiny no one can take apart. They can build the walls. They can take that apart. They can create the barriers. They can take that apart. They can create the discriminations. No one can take that apart. We shall rise because that's Allah's creation.
Rene isono beni de baloko kera Alamo juni kemu juni kanu saduni majedugo Niyesi bumima Rene yilo jongeka Ibara mungu mununani Ulutela kunya modi Rene Allah kabaga donyo mabelela ya. Ah, simwene ko. Kawule kamara inisu.
Inike, thank you. For our knees back here, thank you. The brothers are over here, thank you. Are these Africans or what? Are you Africans? Hey, get up and dance! Yeah! Yeah! Get up, yeah! Yeah! Jonathan, hey, Jonathan, yeah!
Yeah.
Get up, bro! Jonathan, alalake, Jonathan, alalake, Jonathan, alalake. Jendatiana, alalake, Jendatiana, alalake, Jendatiana, alalake, Jendatiana, alalake, Jendatiana, alalake, Jendatiana. Yinkadi. That's where you go. That's the way the Africans do it. Look at them. Jendatiana.
Alalake Mama girl Obe ke bali alaledi alala barajo to tiela alala barajo to tiela alala barajo to tiela.
Thank you. Alalake.
At this time, I'd like to bring back to the bandstand. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Conyers.
Well, I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. We're going to give you some more, no doubt about that. And we also have some students here that are going to be performing with the band. The band's going to play behind them. I don't know how many poets we have there, but I'm going to bring Zenzele up shortly, and she'll introduce the poets. But I just want to say that tonight's program is not only sponsored by the Office of Africana Studies, it's also sponsored by the VP of Student Affairs, and also the Graduate and Part-Time Student Council. So give them a round of applause also. I hope you guys are swinging, because I am. You know, it makes me want to go back, and Rene always tells me it's not too late, but I feel like going back and getting my trumpet and pulling it out and see if I could do something again. You know, back in the days. The mind says I can, and the fingers say I can, but the chops say I can't. Okay. Rene, are you guys going to take a break, or are you going to go right into? No, we're going to do. Okay. Okay, and then, okay, great.
Dianamo, 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 ma chérie, Dianamo, 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 Dianamo. Everybody. shiribarana, you shiribarana, viva mama mama. Ala mama mama tila voyon fe, kanaya rabila malore, meriana monta minua. Moni bane ma vila bane tuyani hakirima, ala mori rugu bane ma, iruhu late mansalema. Moni kingi ma vila bane tuyani hakirima, ala mori rugu sima, iruhu late mansalema. Late mansale alibi aroni dunia fora, shiri barala.
Oh, I love her. Dianama, I love her.
Juni kalo sanu ni mazirugo mayatege bubudruke sadula ni kombi kawule kamara nekanye cheba mima danda ya dunyala.
This is for those people. My lover. My lover. My lover. Diana, Diana. All those haters, what you do with them, leave them alone. All those spoilers, what you do, leave them alone.
Only bella mozo don lady, I want to know what Bamako. Ni bella mozo don lady, I want to be what Australian. Ni bella jeban don lady, I want to know what Bamako. Ni wa Bamako, ana follow la louie Bamako. Ni wa Australian. Kawulen kamara bede anu de jani bunya
nationally ye wobila na kwela ye ini wobila na yongboya ye ini wobila na kwela ye ini wobila na yugu yali ye ini wobila dia namo afon dia namo Dianama nani sariba, 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 Dianama.
Namo. Dia 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 Namo.
I can see you guys are having a good time, aren't you? Okay. Well, we're going to move into our next segment of our program. We're going to have some music, and we're going to have some poetry. And I'm going to turn the program over to my graduate assistant, my niece, Ms. Zenzele Liggins.
Hi, everyone. Everyone's enjoying themselves, right? Good. I'm really glad to see everyone's faces out here. So we have a couple of students that want to showcase their talents. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear me before. And I'm just going to introduce them. So our first student showcasing their talent will be Sean Crisis performing Am I My Brother's Keeper?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Are we using this mic, middle mic? Does it matter?
We're going to set up a groove under you, and then you can read on that.
Yeah, I do. Check. Is this good? Is this good? Is this good? All right, I'm right here. Y'all want, y'all could start playing a little bit, just so I can fill y'all out first. Yeah. Yeah. Am I my brother's keeper? No, I am not. I heard that right before, once before, Nino Brown let his firearm go blam. Another brother laid in the street. Bam! Another brother emerald by the heat, slam. Another brother shackled behind bars, damn. Another brother victim to the stars. Accompanied by blue and white stripes. These are the circumstances which circumcises our brother's life. And I just wish June had another perspective on life, so it can be longer, with more skin. Because the shade you're in will not protect you from the heat, my brother, no. It would be battered, bruised, and beat. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder why we are merely a piece of meat. And your rawness can never be altered. And your dreams can be altered with a woman named Jen. Gentrification, she's not your lawfully wedded lover. Don't you hear the slave bells? I mean the slave bells ring, ding, ding-a-ling, too. You see, it's lovely weather for us to get shackled together, too. All the stereotypes at the stereo hypes. All of the poison which eradicates our life. You being the sun should be bright enough to highlight the lows that are designed to keep us confined. Are you insane or are you out of your mind? If so, can I pull you back in? I will be a supporting ligament in which your tears are encrusted in. My brother, I will have your back. Whether it be slouch or slatch, I will inject Viagra into your vertebrae to keep yourself up, 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 and away from all of it. Do not be shattered by the lingo of today. My nigga or my nigger still means the same. All we did was drop the ER and added an A. I guess that's an error thing. But I want you to be the error. And it's the sisters that enable us misfits. Cause we are not tailored for their particular stitching. Forget their dress code. Our stitching only comes to our own circumcision. You will never hem our progression. Never, 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 never. In the midst of all, I hope you get the gist of it all. Too many grabbing or defacious, too many devices designed to keep us down. And now we not be doing the right thing by keeping you grounded, so fly, my brother. You see, I was asked the other day, am I my brother's keeper? I negate the verbatim, because I am my brother's liberator.
Wow, well, that was a beautiful start to our Student Talent Showcase. What do you guys think? Exactly, that was wonderful. So let's keep the momentum up. I'm going to introduce next Tease That Guy, and he's performing The Black Man.
Thank you, Zen. Actually, I was gonna perform The Black Man, but I wrote something. I wanted to call it The Black Woman. Dear beautiful, I am so sorry for the way I have treated you, or rather for the way I have not. Dear black woman, this world does not deserve you. I've seen you turn nothing into something out of thin air, love, and threads. You do far too much for you not to even be acknowledged. I've personally witnessed you do things society would deem a man's job on your own. You hardly ever take the easy route out, and you get things done, even if you gotta do it on your own. I am so sorry I have not fought for your rights quite as hard as you have fought for mine. My actions have proven me disloyal, but your love remains consistent every time. When the world bashes your name, I help bash it too. Yeah, she's insensitive, she's controlling, and she's got a bad attitude. I've let you stand alone because it was easier to stand with another. My beautiful black woman, can you find it in your heart to forgive me, your black brother? My Nubian queen, how have you endured so much for so long? Whatever you're doing, keep doing it, baby. In the history of the earth, we've never seen anything as strong. Dear black woman, I am truly sorry from the bottom of my heart. If I never got it right with you before, here's the start. You are the sole reason the black man has so much potential. It was embedded in his genes and blood those few months he spent within you. You are the reason that little girl has daddy wrapped around her little finger. Even if she couldn't sing, if it was her dream, daddy'd help her be a singer. My beautiful black queens, just know God never made a love so true. And if God be a woman, I'd imagine she look a lot like you.
Wow. I just want to say thank you, Tees. I appreciate that you changed that. That was beautiful. So let's keep it going. In the spirit of the black woman, I'm going to introduce next Ricky Rochelle, and she is performing The Painting Poet. Hi, everybody.
Okay. My name is Ricky Rochelle, and as she said before, I'm gonna recite The Painting Poet. They call me the poet, girl with many vibrant shades, hints, and hues and tints. They call me the poet, girl with words of many vibrant shades, hues, and tints. They say, Ricky Rochelle, the poet, paint pictures of what you see. And I wonder why they keep asking me to paint this fucked up picture. Muddy, brownish gray poverty, like jungles drying in cement, swarming loud red, royal and blue, blaring from flashing lights, illuminating my injustice. Carved into a canvas, Ricky Rochelle, the poet, keep painting. Paint a picture, paint what you feel. Smothered under a thick white fog of oblivion and seemingly satisfied needs, I feel inhabitants, all experiments of the project states forced us to call houses. Paint on, poet. Paint paintings in honor of those who have painted before you. Poet, they say you rival Maya. They say, paint on, poet. They keep saying paint on, poet. But this brushes my mouth, these bristles my tongue, perfecting each stroke as it does my spoken words. Millions of colors become my choice of diction, syntactically arranging my color scheme, cultivating my thoughts into a masterpiece. But there's something missing, poet. There's no black in the painting, poet. They always have something to say. A remark that runs me right back to the corner of revise, rethink, repaint, repaint, repaint. Don't they see, can't they see that it's all black? A jungle polished in the blackness of transformation, cloaked in the blackness of anonymity. How else can I show our growth? Without the darkness of my painting, you wouldn't even be able to imagine the light, discover the light. This painting, this entire painting is darkened with the promise of evolution. They can't see the darkness that cultivates this poetic ascension. This poetic ascension births deep within the darkness of the night. There's no black? You can't see all this black? Goddess of black, black lace words, intangible black, the black that touches you, the black that you breathe. You can't touch this black. You gotta feel it. My name is Ricky Rochelle. Peace and thank you.
How we doing? Good, right? All right, so I'm going to bring another poet up to the stage. Okay, he's here. Jibri, come on up. And also introduce yourself because I don't remember what your stage name is. Okay.
Just gonna go by Jimboree now. How y'all doing, everybody? All right. Just before I start, I just want to say I wrote this with a lot of tough love. Lots of tough love, all right? I call this piece Pride. I'll let y'all start, go ahead. Pride. Pride born from humility. Oh, pride. Pride born from humility. As I got older, this burden transformed into responsibility. Now I have the ability to combat hostility without stooping down to their level of bigotry. But the biggest surprise that I see is that this was always instilled in me. To rise above conspiracies of drug dealers and gangbangers accumulating felonies. Flip scripts of inspiring Negro scholars, acquiring bachelor's and master's degrees. No, I do not idolize no Master P. I want to be like Doc with the PhD. Now let's mellow it out a little bit. Let's just mellow it out. The fact that you resemble colors show me something you lack. No, do not call me black. That is a color and I am a human being. And before you resort to your Darwinistic themes and unscientific backings of dominant and recessive genes, just know that we have always been capable of burning down everything. But that isn't within our nature. Reason being, we have a greater connection to our creator. So within the concepts of race and space, I trace the diaspora back to a place I like to call home base, where the dark features of the face is embraced, where we was never called nigga. Bastardized generation, you do not know yourself or this word's connotation, so you use it on a daily occasion, unaware of its implication. So what does that make you an abomination to your nation? Pride. When I found pride, I started feeling alive. I looked at my back, and it was inflicted by knives. But those wounds didn't matter, because when I found pride, I felt the soldier arise. Thank you.
Beautiful. That is exactly the word. So we're going to keep it moving. I'm going to introduce London next.
Can I have it really smooth and very soulful? Not really, at slow pace. This piece is something dear to me because I feel like lately, with all the police brutality and everything going on, being a black person, it scares us. 'Cause we don't know if we can walk out in the streets and stuff. So it's untitled, but I really hope you get the message. We're divided by stereotypes, religion and race and ethnic strife. But united, we all can fight and change the world one step at a time. How can we change the world? It seems really hard to do. But if we spread the word, then others will start to. Can I get a little bit of drums? It's gone. It's all right. So much hurt and pain in the world. Kids ain't got no food to eat. Money being spent on war. But there's no cure for HIV. And yeah, it's really easy to talk, but I think we all can agree that if we want to make a change, we gotta live in harmony. We gotta live in harmony. We gotta live in harmony. So we gotta live in harmony. We gotta live in harmony. Cause that's the only way we'll make it anywhere. Replace all the hate with kindness, love, and care. If we make this world a better place for you and me, we should learn to live in peace and harmony. So we gotta live in harmony. Oh, we need to live in harmony, yeah. We gotta live in harmony. We gotta live in harmony. We gotta live in harmony. Let me hear you say, we gotta live in harmony. Oh, gotta live in harmony. So we gotta live in harmony. Thank you.
I'm sorry. We were having a little meeting over there. I want to introduce Mia next, and she's going to be singing Strange Fruit.
Hi everyone, how are you? Okay, so it's Black History Month, so I thought it was only right to share a Negro spiritual. Well, I mix this with the hymn Wade in the Water, so I hope you guys like it. Can you play an A for me, please? Okay. Southern trees bear strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Way down the river Jordan, where John baptized 3. Said, I walked to the devil to hell. I said, Johnny, baptize me. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Hope everybody had a good time. So we're going to have Rene close it out for us right now. We've got to get out of here very, very shortly. So Rene, take it away.
Thank you for being here. How about a hand for Riley Mullins on trumpet? Riley Mullins. Neil Clark on percussion. Ronnie Mirage drums. Nat Reeves bass. Hubert Eves at the piano. Sayu Suso Kora. Abdoulaye Jabate, guitar. Teule Kamara, spoken word. And yours truly, Rene McLean. I want to thank Dr. Conyers for having us. I want to thank all of you for being here. It's been wonderful. And we'll see you again soon.
Urban Djeliya.